What's up, guys? What's going on? I see back at it again. Doing some Uber today. Not a good day today. It was the app was giving me some problems for some reason, so I kept getting kicked out. By the way, I'm testing this microphone. This is the first time using this microphone, so I'm trying to be all professional with it. Let me know how this microphone sounds. So anyhow, I have a day left. Tomorrow is Saturday. And then Sunday, I take my plane back to Colombia. Now, my plane ticket is through Avianca. And I have a layover in El Salvador. Funny thing, my entire family is from El Salvador. And my parents were born and raised in El Salvador. So, thought I'd mention that, considering I'm going to be spending a couple hours there on my way back to Colombia. So, having said that, I I know Spanish because my parents taught me from a young age to speak Spanish from the house. They migrated to United States back in the, I would say, late 70s, early 80s. And during that time, there was a civil war going on down there. There's a lot of bloodshed, a lot of people getting killed on the streets. It was very violent, very, very violent. And a lot of my family left during that time. My uncles, my aunts, it was just like a mass migration. And everybody ended up here. All my uncles and aunts, my grandma, they all left during that time. And if you take a look at the country of El Salvador, present day, it's a complete transformation from what it used to be. It used to be the murder capital of the world, literally. And not only that, but after all that, crisis happened down there in the 80s, the Civil War, a, a lot of people were migrating to the United States from El Salvador. A lot of those people ended up in, the big cities in the United States, namely like Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Dallas, big cities, New York. And a lot of those Salvadorans that came to the States, in particular, the ones that went to Los Angeles, which I do have family in Los Angeles as well, those people were very vulnerable at the time. A lot of those people, they're poor, they're immigrants, they're picked on a lot. And that's where the infamous gang MS-13 came to fruition through a lot of young, vulnerable, kids that didn't couldn't fit in with the population in El Salvador. So they formed a gang, and it became MS-13, a ruthless, brutal gang that tormented a lot of people in the United States, in this country. They tormented a lot of people, and they're extremely violent. And pretty much, you could tell if a person belonged to the MS-13 gang by their tattoos. You would see a lot of MS-13 tattooed on their bodies. So, having said that, in present day, with all the deportations going on nowadays, a lot of those people were deported even before Trump took office. The first time he was in office, he started deporting these people. Biden took over and still kept, you could tell these gang members, and you can see them from 1,000 miles away because of their tattoos. And a lot of them got deported. So now, present day, El Salvador has gone through a huge transformation with the new president. Nayib Bukele is his name. If you haven't heard of him, he's very, very popular in Latin America and even the world, because he did a 180 on the country from the most violent, most brutal country to the most safe country in the Western Hemisphere. So it's incredible. From going to zero to hero, he cleaned up the entire country. Literally, he threw the book at all these gang members because all these gang members, when they were deported back to El Salvador, were running amok. They're killing and raping people in El Salvador for such a long time and extorting people and taking their money. And if you refuse, they would just end you right then and there. The president didn't like that situation, and he even built a brand spanking new prison called Sikot, where he houses these terrorists, as they're called. You know, nowadays they're not just gang members; they're terrorists. And he puts them in there, and you can just look on YouTube and type in Sikot, Cecot, and you'll see how these people are being kept in cages in this mega prison in El Salvador. So he cleaned up the country, and now it's the safest in the Western Hemisphere, if you can believe that. It's even safer than the United States, if you can believe that. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think the states are very safe. Especially in the big cities, I don't think it's I don't think it's that safe. It's just the crime is crazy, in coast to coast, from New York to Houston to Chicago to Los Angeles. There's a lot of crime in this country. I don't, a lot of guns too. I'm not keen on all the guns that are available to people. Anyhow, going back to El Salvador, that country has changed, and that's where my entire family's from. My mom, my dad, my uncles and aunts, grandparents. They're all from El Salvador, and that's why I speak two languages, English and Spanish, and that's helped me a lot in my journey because I currently live in Colombia, and in Colombia, the national language is Spanish, so it's something that you need to know when you are traveling, or it's good to know when you're traveling to Latin America. Anyhow, like I said, I'm going back in a day, on Sunday, which is a day from now, and I look forward to getting back into the swing of things. I will keep you guys updated as far as Colombia is concerned. I want to make some content about Colombia and Medellin, and specifically to show you guys how it is to live down there. Anyhow, if you guys have any questions in regards to Medellin, Colombia as a whole, leave a comment and ask a question, and I'll do my best to answer it. Until next time, peace out.